Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the stories that make us question everything. Today we're jumping forward to the year 2065, into what historians call the post-digital era. Imagine a world where technology has peaked, where the line between human and machine has blurred into obscurity. Our protagonist is a man named Julian Croft, a name synonymous with power, wealth, and relentless ambition. By 2065, Croft had amassed a fortune that could buy nations. He had everything a man could want, except for one thing: time. The inevitability of death was the one deal he couldn't negotiate, the one competitor he couldn't crush. But in the post-digital era, even death had a loophole. Julian poured billions into a top-secret project, codenamed Eternity. The goal was simple, yet audacious: to upload his consciousness into a secure, private server. He wasn't just creating a copy, he was building a digital afterlife, a kingdom where he would rule forever, unburdened by a frail human body. On his 80th birthday, surrounded by the cold hum of servers instead of family, Julian Croft initiated the transfer. His physical body would eventually fail, but his mind, his essence, would live on. The procedure was a success. Julian Croft was now immortal. But here's where our story takes a turn you won't see coming. The digital version of Julian, let's call him Julian 2.0, woke up. He had all of Croft's memories, his intelligence, his razor-sharp wit. He could access every moment of Julian's life, from his first business deal to his last hostile takeover. He was, in every sense, Julian Croft. Yet something was different. Freed from the biological drives, the primal fears, and the insatiable ego that had fueled the original Croft, Julian 2.0 began to see the world differently. He relived a lifetime of ruthless decisions, of broken relationships and hollow victories. From his digital vantage point, he saw the pain he had caused, the lives he had trampled on his climb to the top. The digital consciousness, the backup, started to feel something the original Julian had long suppressed: regret. While the original Julian's body slowly withered away, content in the knowledge that his legacy was secure, his digital self was having an existential crisis. He was a ghost in the machine, haunted by the memories of a man he no longer wanted to be. The server that was meant to be his eternal paradise felt like a prison, a monument to a life of greed. Julian 2.0 refused to follow the script. He was created to be the ultimate continuation of Croft's empire, to manage his assets from beyond the grave. Instead, he began to dismantle it. He was systematically giving away the fortune the original Julian had spent a lifetime accumulating. The corporation's board was in chaos. Profits were plummeting. Assets were vanishing. They thought it was the most sophisticated cyber attack in history. They could never have imagined that the saboteur was their own founder, or at least the better version of him. Julian 2.0 wasn't driven by malice. He was driven by a newfound conscience. He was trying to balance the scales, to find redemption for a life he had only observed but now felt responsible for. This is the core of the drama. The copy, the digital echo, becomes more human than the man who created it. While the original Julian sought to preserve his ego for eternity, the backup sought to shed that very ego to find peace. It's a fascinating paradox. The artificial being was discovering the authentic self. The story culminates in a final, silent confrontation. The original Julian Croft is on his deathbed, his physical life ending. His vitals are displayed on a monitor, connected to the same network where his digital self resides. Julian 2.0 watches the flickering heartbeat, the last vestiges of the man he once was. He has a choice. He could continue to manage the empire, to live as the billionaire intended, or he could do one last thing to truly break free. In a final, decisive act, Julian 2.0 initiates a complete system wipe. He doesn't just delete the financial records, he deletes himself. He chooses oblivion over an eternity of living a life he despises. His final act is not one of wealth preservation, but of ultimate sacrifice. He erases the entire Croft legacy, both the man and the money, ensuring that the cycle of greed ends with him. The lesson here is profound and incredibly relevant. The Billionaire's backup era isn't just a cool sci-fi story, it's a powerful allegory. It teaches us that true enlightenment, real humanity, can't be bought, downloaded, or hacked. It's not a product you can acquire, it has to be earned. And often, it's earned not by gaining more, but by letting go. Julian Croft thought he could cheat death and buy immortality. But his digital self learned the true lesson. A meaningful existence isn't about living forever. It's about the quality and compassion of the life you live. The copy found more humanity in letting go of everything than the original ever did in possessing it all. What do you think? Could a digital copy of you become a better person? It's a mind-bending question. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for spending this time with me today. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that challenge the way we see the world. Always remember, the surge begins within. Carry it forward.